One of the things that I remember the most vividly about how bad just communism in general can get is a short line that somebody told me once about. I forget the exact details, but this guy is a Romanian guy, so he grew up in Romania during the latter part of the 80s. And he was telling me once how, or yeah, I think it was him. He was telling me once that how he remembers going to the food line outside of some, I don't know, grocery store or whatever with his grandmother, and where she had to stand in line for hours once or twice per month just to be able to buy the basic necessities, such as, I don't know, 100 grams of coffee, 200 grams of butter, and so on. And obviously, this is a kick in the butt to communism as a whole because it doesn't really work. And if you know how things went, then you know that in Romania, a couple of years later, I think it was in 1989, maybe it was 1990, I can't exactly remember. The people rebelled and they eventually caught the head of state, whom they later proceeded to execute live on television. So obviously communism doesn't work. And by the way, you got North Korea, you got Cuba, you got Venezuela, etc., etc. Doesn't really work. And obviously the Soviet Union and the old East Bloc countries. Now the point that I'm making here, what I'm really talking about is the development that I'm seeing in the world today. And here are some worrying facts that I'm gonna state them as facts because I did some research on the internet. Maybe the internet lies, but at the very least, this is what my internet research led me to know is that in the U.S. state of California, since 2020, the number of government jobs has gone up. The number of government jobs has gone up. The amount of government spending has gone up. The number of private sector jobs have gone down. And I also believe that the number or the amount of laws, legislation, rules, and so on also have gone up. What am I telling you here? I'm telling you that if California continues like this, I believe they're headed for communism. This is a bad sign because what is the telltale sign of a communist country or a communist society? It is that the state owns everything. The state's supposed to own everything. Well, what happens when people get laid off? Well, they can't even work anymore. When contractors can't rebuild homes after the Palisade fires because there's too much legislation. There are too many rules. There's too many laws. It's just too difficult to even get started. Well, what's going to happen? Government housing is going to happen. Who's government housing for? The poor. Who's amongst the poor? The heroin addicts, the drug addicts, the homeless, etc., etc. I don't even need to keep going on about this because you know where this is headed. It's headed down in the drains. Literally, that's that's what's going to happen. Unless they course correct, unless they change. And this is where I'm asserting the notion that in any society, for any society to work properly, the people there need money. The people need purchasing power. They need to have their basic needs met. I don't exactly know where or how or when, but I know I think there's some research actually about this, that people in any sort of society, if anybody makes about $5,000 a month net after tax and they can pay for their basic needs, the society will become more peaceful, actually, because people don't need to rebel. People don't need to do bad stuff. I mean, just look at the Gulf states in the Gulf region. The Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, etc., Saudi Arabia. There, and by the way, this is my impression, by the way, but There, it appears like people have enough money. There's law and order. Yeah, they're strict about certain stuff, which is fine. But at the very least, there is law and order. And people don't go there to be poor. They go there to make more money. Think about it. There are so many ways I could go with this, but I'll leave you on that note. The solution to financial distress and a lot of solutions to distress actually is through making more money, which is what I'm teaching as part of my rebranded website. You can go to the link in the episode description to subscribe to my email list, and I'll see you there.